So hello everybody and welcome to today's video. Today my friends, I'm very happy to be back to present you another build guide on Power of Exile. I know it has been a long time since the last one, but I'm very happy to be back. And so I'm gonna show you today my Radius Fire in-night DPS build. It's an Elementalist, okay, so that you know. And before we even start, I want to say thank you to Nephilim for setting it up, giving a lot of items for it, and so on and so on, and to make it actually like perfect, you know. So thank you so much, Nephilim, for that. So as you can see on the screen, it is an amazing looking build, okay, that I love pretty much. And also I want to tell you it's a great mapper, and this build is a mapper, okay. You can boss with it, but no, it's not gonna feel really good because we rely on our flasks that are always up on maps, but not when we are bossing and so on. But we have insane DPS also for Radius Fire, you will see. And with every, or like we do with every of our build guides, I'm gonna put the POE link under the video description so that you can just take it and copy the build as you like, okay, my friends. And yeah, we are gonna start with pros and cons, then we are gonna go over to the skill gems, then we are going for the gear and flask, then I'm gonna show you the skill tree and remainings, then how I play it, and then the best section, I think, it's the gameplay, where we are gonna like run the tier 16 map with a lot of pack size, and so it's gonna be hard, you will see, okay. And yeah, don't forget to comment, subscribe, like if you enjoyed this video. So my friends, let's go now with the pros and the cons. So my friends, when we are talking about the pros and the cons of this build, the biggest pro is that it looks amazingly good. It feels really good also when you're playing it. I mean, if you like explosions, if you like a build that is so easy to play, like you actually just use your Radius Fire and you dash through your maps, and then whenever you feeling that the defenses are going down, or you need a bit of defense, you just activate your wall molten shell. That's all you do, and you see everything really exploding. I mean, with breaches, with expedition, especially with the new expedition note that you have, that like all the monsters they spawn at once. It is amazing because you just need to kill one and then they all explode. It's really nice. I mean, you saw it in the intro, okay. Also as mapper, it feels really good. I mean, for me, we are fast, okay, but if you want to be faster, you can then change. I'm gonna tell it already here, but I'm gonna tell it again in the gear and the flasks. You can change the granite flask for a movement flask, okay, so that you are 40% faster, and that all the time, because the flasks are always up, okay, because we have more than enough with our setup. And as I said, it's also an amazing DPS build, okay. If you take into consideration that it's a Radius Fire build, normally you don't see a lot of DPS with Radius Fire build, but here we are at around, I think the film told us, like 17 million. Okay, 17 million DPS, what is really amazing. For mapping, it feels just amazing. With an aura bot, we also did 30 waves of a simulacrum also, no problem, so that you know that this build can do it with an aura bot, okay, don't forget, okay, because solo you can't. I think solo I made it to wave 22, 23, but Radius Fire builds are like really tanky. This one is not crazily tanky, but I think it is a good, how to say, we met at the middle between tankiness and DPS, okay. So for mapping, amazing. So what is the con, like the negative aspects of this build? Yeah, I mean, we can't really boss with this build. You can do it, but it's gonna feel a bit bad. Okay, we can actually do a lot of mods. Okay, we can do elemental reflection. You just can't like dash. Okay, flame dash. And if you have like, yeah, you can't flame dash, and the only ones that you can do is no regeneration or less regeneration. And also what is gonna like feel a bit bad is minus percentage to maximum resistances, because we need our fire resistance for having our Rider's Fire going on. Okay, yeah, as I said, that's actually the negative point about this build. And I mean, it's not costly at all. What we like calculated last time, I think around 100 to 150 divines you can set up this build. I mean, this build also, like I am using it, is very strong. Okay, a lot of good gems and stuff. You can go for lower stuff, and so you will like save a lot of divines. Okay, and it's still gonna feel very, very good. Don't be afraid about that. Okay, so that's what I wanted to tell you about the pros and cons, and now we are gonna talk about the skill gems. Let's go. So my friends, talking about the skill gems, on our stuff we are using like a 5 linked setup. We are using an Herald of Ash 2020, then a Malevolence 20. We don't need quality, because quality just gives us more area of effect on Malevolence. We don't care. And then Lighten level 3 is more than enough. Then Determination level 20 and Vitality level 20. That's it. And then we have a portal, okay, just for the quality of life. Then on our helmet we are using our Rider's Fire, okay, level 21, quality 20. Then an Awakened Elemental Focus level 5, quality 20. An Awakened Increased Area of Effects level 5, quality 20. And efficacy, sorry, level 20, quality 20. Then on our body armor we are using, that is very important, level 15 and quality 20 of life tap. And then we are using Awakened Swift Affliction level 6, quality 20. What is nice here, take a level 6 if you can afford it. Then a Divergent, very important, my friends. Here is the first extra skill, okay, Divergent Flame Dash, okay, because we want to get chance to ignite enemies and more burning damage, okay, so that's why we are going for Divergent Flame Dash. Okay, very, very important. Okay, don't go for the normal one. So level 21 and 20, that's going to be a bit costly. Then we have Enhanced Support level 4. Then Awakened Burning Damage level 5, quality 20, and an Empower level 4. Okay, very important, Empower level 4. We want as much levels from our Empower, and Enhance we want as much quality possible for our skills. And then on our pair of gloves we have two skill setup, okay, so we have on one hand the Blasphemy Support 2020 and Flammability 2020, and on the other side we have the Wall Molten Shell level 2020 and a cast 1 damage taken 2120. So yeah, the cast 1 damage taken has to be higher as the Molten Shell, as you know. And then on our pair of boots we are using an Enhanced level 4, very, very important, so that our phase run is faster, okay, don't go for 3, if you can afford go for 4. And then Efficacy Support 20 is more than enough. Then the phase run level 1 is enough, but we want quality, so 23, okay, is very, very nice. And then we have Increased Duration 2020. And yeah, that was it with the skill gems. And then we are gonna talk now about the cure and the flasks. Let's go. So my friends, let's talk now about the gear and the flasks. We are gonna start with our weapon. As you can see, it's a stuff, a really nice stuff, okay? With the implicit that is very important. Enemies you kill have a 25% chance to explode, and that's the most important on this stuff. Then we have the fire damage over time multiplier. We have increased fire damage. Then we have fire damage to spells, and the most important, +3 to level of all fire spell skill gems. Then we have increased burning damage and increased fire damage. This stuff is really amazing. Nifilum, thank you so much. He crafted this himself. Very nice one. All of the mods are useful. But if you want to craft a stuff like that, it's gonna be only if you are very lucky. It's not going to be costly, but normally it's going to be costly. There is an alternative, a very cheap alternative to this, and it's gonna feel alright too. We are talking about the unique stuff, the Searing Touch. We have fire damage over time multiply, increased fire damage, and we have +2 to level of all fire spell skill gems. It is already a very nice one. If you can like afford a good rolled one, should be no problem for a few chaos. Go for it until you can afford to make a one like this, okay? And then as helmet, yeah, we are using a 7 linked. 6 linked actually, but with socketed gems still more elemental damage. So that means we are going for Royal Burgonet. Why? Because we are armor based first off. Then we have the enchantment increase riders fire damage, and then we have socketed gems are supported by burning damage and conk effect, and then as I said already previously, socketed gems deal 30% more elemental damage. Then we have life, very nice. It makes us more tanky, and we do more damage if we have more life, okay? Then we have increased burning damage, increased area damage, and then we have an open prefix to give us +1 to level of socketed AoE gems and increased area of effect, okay? Very nice helmet. There are better ones, but this one is already very good. And we have as amulet, we have Imprisoned Onyx amulet, the unique amulet, where we have like the anointment golem's blood, okay? Then we have as our left ring, very important, we are using the Polaric Devastation Opal ring, okay? It's a very nice ring. Just go for it, shouldn't be costly. And then on the other side we have like another ring with resistances to cap our resistances, very important, and some chaos resistance and dexterity. Dexterity very important because we need some. I am actually at 145, and I think I don't know which skill now needs. Yes, it is the. Is it enhanced? No, wait. No, it's not enhanced. No, it's actually the body armor that needs 145 dex. Sorry, dexterity. Okay, so we need the dexterity on our ring, and I'm gonna go to the gauntlets. We are going also for a lot of dexterity on those, okay? We, as you can see, we have like the double implicit. On one hand we have inflict fire exposure and so on, -12%, but you can go for -11, it doesn't matter. You can, I think, no, yeah, you can go for the lesser, that's not a problem. And then ignites you, inflict spread to other enemies within 1.2 meters. Very important, okay? So that's very important. Then we have like increased life regeneration rate. That's almost the most important on those pair of gloves. And then we have armor. As I said, we are armor based. Evasion is also good because we are actually transforming our evasion to armor, so it's not a problem if you go for evasion. But energy shield is a waste because energy shield, it burns down as we use our rider's fire. Then we have a lot of life, then lightning resistance, and again we have an open prefix where we can like craft +1 to level of socketed AoE gems and increase area of effect, okay? Then we go for our body armor, the bronze slit, very nice one, okay? We have plus the implicit, it's corrupted, as you can see. The implicit is +1 to level of socketed gems and +2 to level of socketed duration gems. That gives us like +3 only from the body armor gives to our flame dash. As you can see, we are at the flame dash of level 38. That's completely insane. Most of our DPS comes from the flame dash, okay? So we flame dash into packs so that we ignite them as also bosses. You don't need to end on the monster, but just go through, because it puts down like a rail of fire, and this one is going to ignite the monsters and they will die very, very fast, okay? And then we are using like a Stygian Wise, always nice, with a lot of armor, a lot of life, regeneration life per second, very, very nice, and then some resistance. And then we have cold and chaos resistance, okay? The increased flash life recovery rate, yeah, you can ignore. Then we have the unique boots, the Legacy of Fury. We have a very nice enchantment on this, actually the best ones. Regenerate 2% of life per second if you were hit recently, very nice one. And then which mod is the most important on this unique? It is the increased effect of Scourge, very, very, very important. And then we try to get the last mod also a bit high, but it doesn't matter. The most important is the increased effect of Scourge on this one, also not costly at all. So, and now we are going to talk about the flasks. Actually, the flasks, as I said previously or in the intro, I'm gonna go for the granite flask, okay, granite flask. But if you want, you can go for the movements, the quicksilver flask, okay. It is as you want, okay. For me, it's more important to be a bit more defensive or a bit more tanky, and like 40% less faster. But you know, I mean, you can take the decision for yourself what to go for, okay? So, and then we have our Cinder Swallow urn, that is actually our life flask, okay? Because it recovers 3% of life when you kill an enemy during effect. The last bot, that's the most important. And then also enemies ignite by you during effect take 10% increased damage, okay? So, and then we are using a Chemis Ruby Flask, okay, with the mods that you can see, regenerate 3% of life per second during effect, and so on, okay, so that we take less fire damage taken, because we are going for Rider's Fire, and we are already like giving ourselves fire damage, and if there is more fire damage incoming, it multiplies. So it's good to have this Ruby Flask. And then we have our Oriats and Bismuth Flask, okay, very nice one, okay. What we want here is, enemies you kill during effect have chance to explode, so more explosion. That's why the explosions feel so good with this build, and you will see it, okay, later on in the gameplay section. Okay, we have actually 3 explosions. One comes from the stuff, the other comes from the Bismuth Flask, and then the other, oh my god, I already forgot, but I know there is, I talked about it, okay. Let me know in the comment section or in the film maybe. Ah no, it's here. In night you inflict a spread to other enemies within 1.2 meters. That's actually for me like an explosion, because everybody gets like ignited, okay? Because of that, if there is a big pack. And then the Progenesis Amethyst Flask. The POE Flask, really, it's like a huge difference. I tell you, it's a huge difference if you're using this, because first of all, the chaos resistance is almost every time up when you're mapping, and you get the chaos resistance, but when hit during effect, 25% of loss from damage taken occurs over 4 seconds instead. Believe me, it is a game changer for our build, okay. And yes, I forgot to talk about this jewel here, very important. The corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you, okay. And then we are going for life, we are going for evasion or armor, as you wish. It doesn't matter which one we take, since everything is gonna be armor, and chaos resistance. So I'm gonna just show you. So we are talking here armor 21,000. If we hit here our flask, we are 34,000, okay. 34,000 like all the time. That is really, really nice. I tell you, this build is tanky for the DPS that we are putting out. Okay, my friends. So, and now we are gonna talk about the skill tree and the remainings. Let's go. So my friends, now we are going to talk about the skill tree and the remainings. I'm starting with the ascendancy. We are going for Mastermind of Discord, then Heart of Destruction, Shaper of Flames, and Shaper of Storms. Okay, so just go for that. I'm not going to explain everything here, why we are taking that. You just can like copy it. Then, on the other hand, the skill tree. So we are using a few jewels. The jewels that we are using, the rare ones, are always the same. It is always life. Then we have fire damage, burning damage, or increased damage. Okay, that's actually the 4 mods that we want pretty much on them. You will see very often the same one, only maybe instead of the increased damage, we have increased area damage. Like this one, it is perfect. Okay, so we want always life, as I said, and then 3 mods that give us damage. And then, as you can see, very easy, just copy it as you can see it here. We are going for Cluster Jewel, 8 passive skill, Cluster Jewel, 12% increased fire damage with Burning Bright, Smoking Remnants, and Widespread Destruction, where we are gonna take every point except one of those 2 here. It doesn't matter which one you left out. And then we have a medium cluster jewel. On one hand, we have the 4 passive skill with 12% increased burning damage, burning bright, and flow of life. On the other side, we have the same cluster jewel. Okay, so with 4 passive skills, we are taking everything. As you can see, a rare jewel as we have here also, and we are using on the other side the same one, but with resistances. If you need it, you can like get some resistances right here. So let me just check something that I wanted to talk about before we talk about this one. Okay, we are also using some tattoos with increased armor, okay, where we are like taking out some dexterity that we don't need until the limit, so that we can make some armor out of it. Okay, and we have the honored tattoo of the wise here that gives us +1 to level of all intelligence skill gems. Don't forget our flame dash is blue, so intelligence skill gems very important. Okay, as I said, and then we are using here also like a tattoo of the Ngamau Makanga that is like, I think, 2 divines at the moment, +1 to maximum fire resistance. Okay, we are putting it right here. So now very important, as I said, you just copy it. If you get, we are at level 97 if I'm not mistaken. If you go for level 98, I would go next for the life mastery, where we get like +50 to maximum life. That would be nice. I mean, more life the better, and regenerate 50 life per second. And then if you get level 100, go for anything that gives life. It's always nice. Okay, and then we are going to talk about this. So iron reflexes. Iron reflexes, normally there is another keystone, but there is a tattoo that can randomize the keystone right here. Iron reflexes, it is amazing because it converts all evasion rating to armor and so on. Okay, so my friends, listen up. This build feels good without it. Naturally, with iron reflexes, it's gonna feel much better. But at the moment, you need the tattoo that randomizes the keystone. I can't remember really the name of it. Wait, I'm gonna show it to you. Why not show it to you? You know, we have a bit of time. You spend a few more seconds here with me. Where is it? The tattoos. Journey tattoo of Makanwi. So 3.7 divines. Back at the time, I was using them for 2 to 2.2 divines. Nephilim, 1 divine. So as you can see, it's going up and up and up and up. So 3.7 divines. My friends, there are over 50 keystones. Okay, so it's completely random. You use one, boom, you click on it, 3.7 divides, bye-bye. And then you get a random one. You have one chance over 50 every time you click on this, or over 50 because it's more than 50, to get the arrow reflexes, okay? I spent at the rate of 2.2 divines to 2.2, 60 divines to get these arrow reflexes. The villain was very lucky 3 times and he got the arrow reflexes. So there is no wait. It doesn't matter where you take it, if it's here or if you take it here or whatever, it's always random, okay, my friends? So you decide for yourself if you go for this, but this can be very costly and very frustrating, okay? As I said, I wanted just really to talk about it, okay? I use it because, yeah, as you know, I am a stubborn. I really want it, even if I would ruin myself. I told myself I'm gonna get this arrow reflexes. And then on a tattoo of the dove, I almost forgot, we are gonna use it on the intelligence nodes here until, yeah, as much as we can, so that we can cap a bit the chaos resistance. So okay, and then yeah, the remainings are the Pantheon. We are using the Brand King because of the stuns, and Soul of Ralakesh. Why? Because of the bleeding. We are not immune to bleeding. We are not using a real life flask. Okay, we've removed bleeding, so we are using this one. Why? Because as soon as we flame dash, we stop, and so we don't take any extra damage from bleeding. So it's very nice Pantheon. And now, my friends, we are arriving to how I play it. It's gonna be a very fast section, you will see. So, my friends, let's go. So my friends, how do I play this build? It's very simple, okay? First off, we just activate our Flammability, Vitality, Determination, Malevolence, and Herald of Ash. That's it. Then we have on our left click, Phase Run, middle click, Portal, right click, Flame Dash, Q, Wall Molten Shell, very important, the wall, a Molten Shell, and Rider's Fire on W. That's how I'm playing it, okay? So when we enter a map, we just activate Rider's Fire, okay? And then we left click, that means we face run through the map. Then whenever you see a monster or you want to go faster or whatever, you flame dash, okay? And then when you see that maybe it's gonna be a bit rippy, or you see that your life is going down or whatever, we use Q, the Wall Molten Shell, so that we don't take any, or we absorb a lot of damage, sorry. So that's it, okay? There is no secret about this build, and we don't need to use any flask, okay? Very important. Yes, I forgot to say on the section with the flask, we are using every time used when charges reach full, okay? So my friends, now we are gonna go for the gameplay section. So my friends, in the gameplay section, we are just gonna go and start with a Polaric invitation. Now you're gonna say, oh, it's not a big invitation stuff. It's hard to do this invitation with this build. You can do it, but you have to avoid a lot. So we are gonna go just for a Polaric invitation without any mods, just so that you can like see the DPS actually, you know, and you can compare it maybe to your build, okay? So you can count the seconds, and then you see your build, and then you can compare, okay? So let's go. So we activate Rider's Fire, we wait for her to appear, and you see already, yeah, we just flame dash through her, okay? I mean, now you're gonna say, oh, the DPS is not that great. Keep in mind, it is a Rider's Fire build, okay, my friends? So she's down. Now we are gonna go and run this cemetery map. So now you're gonna, maybe also a few of you complained already that I don't run like delirious maps and stuff. First of all, it's gonna like yeah, drop a lot of my FPSs. Don't forget that I'm recording everything. And secondly, we are using this strat that I presented on the latest video, okay? Where is it? The Wandering Path. So we have increased effect of small Atlas passive skills. That means all of those map modifiers are doubled. So that means we are using here like the cemetery map with 41 monster pack size and so on, but you will see how much we will really have when we start it. So it's not a tier 16, you can actually call it a tier 20 or so. So 209 increased quantity of items and 132 increased rarity, 85 increased pack size and everything. Look at that. We have like unique boss has increased attack cast speed like 48, 155 extra physical damage as cold and so on and so on. So it is pretty repeat this map, okay? So, but you will see with this build is no problem. So we activate Rider's Fire and we go on. As you can see, boom. Our screen actually stops sometimes whenever the explosions are too big. But as you can see, our life doesn't move really. Okay, it is a really nice build. We don't care. I wanted to pick up this. Oh, nice. We have like this one and harvest. It's really nice so that you can see a bit explosions and how strong they are. Boom, flame dashed. And again, this was a bit rippy because of the after death effect of the monsters. So let me just activate those here. Ah, yeah. Like this, and now they are all there. Boom. Even the big monsters, no problem. Even with all the modifiers we got on this map, it feels just amazing. Then we go for purple. Oh, it doesn't matter, come. The yellow maybe. No, off, come. Let's do this yellow very quickly. But as you can see, the explosions are just too beautiful. And they are very pork. I mean, this build is like the perfect mapper, in my opinion. Maybe a few of you are gonna say, oh, it's a bit slow for me and stuff. For me, it's okay, because also Rider's Fire that is way too fast is also not every time good, because we want to keep like the monsters in our fire ring also, right? And if we are too fast, it's gonna be a bit bad. We are gonna miss a lot of them. Even though the explosions are gonna kill most of them, but you never know. So, here we're taking this. The red altars, what you should pay attention to is to not take the minus fire resistance, okay? That's pretty obvious, okay? And that's it. I think then we can do all the others, if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty much the only modifier I would pay attention to. I'm not gonna pick all this up. Let's take this. But as you can see, we are just like exploding everything. All the monsters, even out of our screen. I would love to have like an expedition in this map, but doesn't look like it. Then you would really see the power of the explosion. But I'm always streaming on Twitch, and yeah, you can ask the viewers. They always are very amazed with the explosions of this of this build. Yeah, this one, minus 82 fire resistance. That wouldn't be really like good for us, okay? So I wouldn't really go for that. We could do it, but yeah, we then need to be fast because we need like to recover life from killing because of our flask. So let me just finish this build really quick. And that's it. as I said, you see the power of this build. It is a mapper, and I'm going slow, right? I'm picking up everything and stuff. You, for sure, you are faster than me. The Meteor, I would also not go for it, okay? It's the main reason why I die, because we are using every time Flasks, and when the Meteor hits us, it's often a death, okay? Whatsoever. So my friends, as you can see, this was the showcase of this build. I hope it was helpful. It was all clear. If you have some questions, let me know, okay, my friends? I'm always streaming, trying to be streaming every day. I also like respond to every comment on my YouTube videos. I try that, okay? And for the rest, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe for even more videos, my friends. And yeah, stay safe on this Saturday, and happy hunting, and see us on the next stream on Twitch or on the next video on YouTube. Bye bye, my friends. Love ya.